So it's actually storming like freaking nuts outside. So you're gonna hear a lot of background storm type noise, and I apologize for that. But anyways, to the video. Welcome back, everyone. It's your girl Lynell Ellen, and today I'm going to be talking about breastfeeding. So there's a lot that I want to talk about, and I tried to film this video before, but there was so much that I wanted to talk about that I kept getting confused, and so I really messed it up. So this time what I did was I organized my thoughts. For anyone out there who's pregnant or recently had a baby, you all know about pregnancy brain. I'm still struggling with it, so now I just organized my thoughts, and so this is a list of what I'm going to talk about, and hopefully I don't forget anything, and hopefully this doesn't become boring like me reading off a list. So anyways, here goes. Alright, so I have a little breastfeeding story from when my son was first born. He's 7 weeks today, and in his first week of life, I was trying to breastfeed him. One thing that I was not prepared for was how painful breastfeeding for the first time is. It hurt so bad. And then I was like, okay, it hurts, but at least he's eating. And then he kind of just stopped eating. And I was really concerned. I didn't know what to do. My boobs were killing me. And he was just looking worse and worse. He started like sleeping a lot, and he was really lethargic, and he kind of moved like in slow baby motion. So finally, by finally, I mean like 3 or 4 days after, I couldn't figure out what was going on. I just kept trying to put my boob in his mouth. But we got in with a lactation consultant, and she did like a full thorough check of his mouth, like looking for tongue tie or difficulties latching or swallowing. Nothing was wrong. As it would turn out, my son is just picky AF. Apparently when my milk came in, my boobs got a little bit more rock-like, and my nipples, they got a little bit smaller because the milk was kind of taking up all the space. And so he was like, I'm not going to work hard for this latch. And so he didn't. And what she gave me was a nipple shield. And I've got that right here. You probably won't be able to see it, but I'll put a link to it. This is a nipple shield. And basically what it does is it increases like the latch area and makes it smoother. You'll see, you'll see it's much bigger than my actual nipple. Some women have nipples like this, God bless you. But I don't. It's much bigger than my nipple. And it also allows like some of the areola to get pulled in too, which is great, because that's been a latch issue with him from the beginning. He did not want to he only wanted to take the nipple, which my nipple's like this freaking big. And so it was really painful that way, because it just feels like he's ripping off the nipple. But really what they're supposed to take is the nipple plus some areola, and he didn't want to do that. So this helps him take the nipple plus some areola. Okay, so right now what we're doing in terms of his breastfeeding is, since he's 7 weeks now, I'm trying to wean him off of using the nipple shield, because the nipple shield is really just a big inconvenience. And also what breastfeeding does with the direct contact, his saliva actually, talks to my boob basically and tells me, if it needs to produce some like antibodies and stuff like that. And I'm just concerned that the breast shield is blocking that. And so I just want to make sure I'm producing the best breast milk I can. So I've been weaning him off of it for about 2 weeks now. And he does okay. Sometimes if he's really tired, he'll be wanting to eat. Like if he's not near the boob, he'll be upset, but he won't be wanting to work for the latch. So I'll still use this nipple shield a lot of times in the late night feedings, because he'll be really tired, but he'll still want to eat. And sometimes when he's just gotten like overtired during the day from not napping, which is a separate issue he and I are trying to get through, I'll pull out the nipple shield again. But I have 4 of them. I just keep them around the apartment. I've got one over here where this is my spot on the couch. So I've got one over here with the rest of my breast stuff. I've got breast pumping stuff. I've got one in the bedroom right next to the bed, because we do co-sleeping, but not in the bed. And then I've got another one in a little thing that I'm going to show you a little bit later. Okay. Okay, so anyone who's interested in the nipple shield, by the way, this particular one is Medela. This is a Medela. They do come in like 2 different sizes, I know of for sure. This is the 24, and I know they come in a 27. It's like $12 for a 2-pack. You can also get a different brand from Target. So the other thing that I want to talk about, because when I was saying that my breasts were really hurting, so not only does the breast hurt, but the areola and the nipple, they can get really chafed. So one thing that I use is this Nursing Care. It's the first year's Nursing Care lanolin-free nipple butter. This is what I use. I was Googling because I'm trying to see, what's the top brands of stuff, and I was Googling and I didn't find this on any top brand list, but I like it. The one that I did find was one from Medela, and I do have that one as well, but in comparing the ingredients, I kind of was like, I like the ingredients in this a little bit better. So this is the one that I'm using. You can put it on before, after, during. It's perfectly safe for the baby to like eat, and it goes on really smooth, and you only need a little bit of it. So how I breastfeed with my son, we do titty on demand. So whenever he wants it, he gets it, for as long or as short as he's wanting to nurse. I think that the basically titty on demand model, as I'm calling it, I like it because I'm home and my boobs, they just keep engorging anyways. So it keeps the engorgement down, which keeps the pain down. It keeps him full and happy, and also it's a nice bonding time because when he's like looking at me, he just stares me right in the face, and he's got these big eyes, and I just fall more in love with him every time, and so it just allows us more bonding time. But speaking of bonding time, feeding is actually, it's just a really nice time to get to know your baby. So I don't want to be selfish with that. One of my friends, she was talking about how she thinks that it is an important bonding time, and she was telling me this actually, and I was like, yeah, I feel that. And so she was saying, wow, that's why I should pump and make bottles for my husband to be able to bond with him in that way. And I totally agree. So my son does take a bottle, but it's full of breast milk. I don't give him anything other than that. We're trying to do exclusive breast milk for the first 6 months. And so my husband also feeds him, and it's just such a beautiful experience for him to be able to feed his son, and it's a beautiful experience for me to be able to feed him, even though sometimes it's like within 60 minutes, sometimes he'll want to pop on 2 or 3 times, and he could pop on twice, and both of those feedings will be 25 minutes. So it really just depends on how he's doing, if he's in a little growth spurt, or if he's just upset about something, because sometimes he does get upset. If someone comes to visit him and I'm like, here, go and say hi, he gets mad, and so he'll need a little booby soothing. Or sometimes he'll just want to be cuddled, and if I'm like, oh, I really have to use the bathroom, and so his cuddling is delayed, he'll be a little bit upset. He will. So I noticed then is when like nursing really comes in handy, because not only does it feed him physically, I think it also feeds him like emotionally. So that's one really good thing about it. Another thing about it that I enjoy is that it's so easy to like whip it out and just do it. Yeah. I'll be anywhere in the apartment, as long as I have my breast friend, which I'll show you later. I'll just go whoosh, or in the middle of the nighttime feedings, even though I'm delirious because the food is attached to my chest, it's just like floosh, floosh, one booby, and that's all it is to it. So the next thing I want to talk about is how I breastfeed. There are several different ways, like people do like the front hold, the football carry, the side lay, or whatever. I breastfeed using this thing. This is my breast friend, yay. No, it actually is called my breast friend. It goes around my waist like so. It's around my waist, and then you clip it. And the baby lays right on here, and you just proceed to feed, which either way. I really like this because I do have a bad back and my arms are the nerves in my arms aren't very good, so it's really hard for me to hold him for as long as he likes to nurse sometimes. And so using this really takes a lot of the weight and strain off of my arms and my back, and I really enjoy it. It comes in different colors and different styles, but in general, it's kind of just like a firm pillow that secures around you for the baby to go on. You can feed him this side or this side, or you can even do front laying. I prefer side because my boobs are so big that the meat of my boob will easily cover his nose if it's in the front. So if he's on the side, I find that I can pull it back more and his nose can be exposed. The other thing I want to talk about is engorgement. Basically, that's when your milk just comes in. Not the first time your milk comes in, because that's different. I'm talking about your day-to-day, hour-to-hour, minute-by-minute, your milk just letting down, basically, and your boobs will just become engorged. Like mine are huge right now. Before I gave birth, I had them measured and they were at triple D. Now when they get engorged, I'm sure they're much bigger. And so what happens is the milk comes in and the boobs get hard as rocks, super lumpy, like you could just feel it, like, oh, I've got a little bit, right now I've got a little bit coming in over here, I can feel it. And that hurts quite a bit. And when that happens, I'm just like, even if the baby's not hungry or like looking for it, I'm gonna see if I can either pump it or see if I can just give it to him fresh out. But the one issue that I found with that is if I do end up feeding him while my boobs are really engorged, it hurts really bad. For some reason, it's just terrible for me. I can feel the milk pooling from everywhere, and the milk ducts are all over, like all, even under like this way. And so I can feel him sucking it, like, and it actually really hurts, but it's better than continuing to get them engorged and engorged and engorged. So let's talk about pumping. Let's talk about pumping. Let's talk about pumping. Okay. Since I'm doing titties on demand, I don't have a lot of time to pump. And I'm the only one who takes care of him during the daytime and basically during the nighttime because my husband's out there working. So I don't have a lot of time to pump. If he's gonna eat, he's gonna eat out of my boobs. That's it. So the time that I do have to pump, because like I said, I do want my husband to be able to feed him, so I need to have some milk somewhere. The time I do have to pump is usually late at night when I'm awake after I've put him back down to sleep, or if my husband's home during the day and he's hanging out with him. Like right now, why my son's not on my chest is because my husband's hanging out with him, which would be a great time to pump, but obviously I'm doing this video, so I'm not gonna whip it out and pump. But at either rate, I don't have a pumping schedule. I just try to do it when I can. And this is the pump that I use. It came in this little box, and here's the motor. This is the Medela Pump and Style Advance. Okay, it comes with this. It comes with 2 bottles and then 2 of everything else you see here. And the way I like to do it is I like to use my homemade pumping bra. I cut holes right in the nipple area, and I just kind of like stick it through because, you know, as a mom and being like the only caregiver right now, you have to have your hands free to do other stuff. So yeah, kind of just stick it through and you just pump away. The thing that kind of annoys me is now that my milk has really come in, I can fill up this bottle and then some, and I don't like having to change it out when I'm in the middle of pumping because that just takes time away from pumping, and who knows when he's gonna wake up or when he's actually gonna want to eat, or you know, if he's gonna start crying and needing his diaper change or needing some attention that requires me to get off the pump, and then I won't be able to get back on it. So I really don't like anything that takes time away from me trying to get a little session in. So if the bottle was bigger, I could appreciate that. But right now it says it's up to 5 ounces. And it really is only up to 5 ounces because it has this little, I forget what it's called, but it has this in there and it goes down into the bottle. And so you can't really fill it up more than that or else you'll start having like problems with it. So I feel really annoyed by that sometimes because if I'm pumping, I'm just going to go and let it do what it do. And if I'm taking it off, that's it. I'm done because I'm most likely taking it off because my son is crying and my pumping minute is done. But otherwise, it's a really great pump. It gets a lot of milk out. So what do I wear mostly when I'm pumping in terms of pumping clothes and stuff like that? I don't really wear a lot of clothes. This is a shirt that I just threw on. I usually go around shirtless. Yeah, I would be shirtless here, but I decided I'm going to just cover them up a little bit. But I usually go around shirtless and just have a good sports bra on. So let me show you what I wear. This one is a sports bra. This is a sports bra I got possibly from Target several years back. It's really stretchy. It's actually too small, but it's what I've got right now. So I'll go get some more later, but it's what I've got right now. And I just pull it down and I just let the boob go, and that's it. And this is another one that surprised me. It's not quite a sports bra, but I found it in the back of my drawer, and I haven't used this bra in years. I bought it when I was bigger, and I just never really liked the way it fit, but I couldn't bring myself to throw it away because I paid a lot of money for it. I actually got it from Lane Bryant. So it's this bra. Now it's kind of worn because I've really been wearing it. But it's this bra. I don't know what style they call this, but it actually works great as a nursing bra. It doesn't have an underwire, and it's really soft fabric. And because of the little V, it makes it even easier than the other bra to just whip out one boob and just go. And I do have another bra. So this is the bra that I use for pumping. This is the bra I use for pumping, but like I said, it's homemade. I just cut the boobs out. This is like a little t-shirt bra. I got it in a pack of 2 from Costco. The only problem with these ones is they don't give any support. It's pretty terrible actually. My boobs will just hang there. But it is a bra and it is pretty comfortable. I find that I like these bras better because they're tighter and they really support. And it's just very uncomfortable to go around having my boobs be this big and not be supported at all. Hi everyone. As you can see, this kind of looks different. Because I'm a novice, I lost some footage. But the last thing that I wanted to share was kind of important, so I didn't want to just kind of cut it off. I asked you all to submit some questions, and my sister actually asked me a really great question. She said, now that you're breastfeeding, how do you feel about your boobs? And I thought about it, and I was like, I feel like they're not sexy. I used to, I think they were sexy. I had a lot of cute bras, and, I used to show them off. Oh, that's the baby. Yeah, so that's how it goes. Sometimes you just got to go get the baby. But at any rate, yeah, I don't really feel like they're sexy anymore. I spent a lot of time before I got pregnant, bra shopping. I loved it. I have a lot of nice bras, but I got pregnant and then I couldn't fit in them anymore. And now I just kind of feel like, meh. Like I showed you, I don't really wear any cute bras anymore. Oops. I don't really wear any cute bras anymore, and it's kind of just like how I feel about them. Hopefully my sexual feeling comes back because I did really enjoy, having them in my fun time, if you will. But now I just feel like I don't want my husband to touch them or anything like that. Let me know how you all felt after, breastfeeding or any sort of chest change. At either rate, I'm Linnell Ellen, and thank you for tuning into my channel, Wife, Mother, Doctor.